Hi, I would like to say good morning to all you lovely people. Okay, let's tap in. So as you can see, I literally just tapped out of bed. Okay. This message was on my mind. And really it's not a message. I just keep hearing the same song. They gonna love me for my ambition, okay? I keep hearing that they gonna love me for my ambition, right? Something about your drive, something about what you're doing, right? I'm getting whoever I'm speaking to, you're a very mysterious person. Okay, with you being so mysterious, you have, how can I say this? Like, open the door to people wanting to know at all times what you have going on, right? You might be somebody that's very private with your life, okay, but you're keeping things to yourself. When I tell y'all I hopped out of bed, I just threw my wig on. Okay, I was like this, right? But anyway, like you, like, they gonna love me for my ambition is what I keep hearing. You see the dreams that's harder than living, right? I just keep hearing that song. So Ambition by Wale with Meek Mill and Rick Ross is very significant here. Something about your dreams. I'm hearing Nipsey Hussle. I'm trying to go down as a grave. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down, right? So something about like your greatness, right? Your potential, who you are destined to be, right? People can clearly see, like this is it. This is all, right? This is kind of like what it's giving right now. Okay. I'm just overwhelmed with, like, I felt the need that I had to get up here. I had to say something. Whoever I'm speaking to, keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep it quiet, because you give off that you're so mysterious. People are watching. Okay, they are watching you, right? You might have, even if you're not posting, right? Whoever I'm speaking to, I don't think you've been posting, even like on the low. Keep your plans on the low, like you've already been doing, because people are on you. They're on you like white on rice. Okay, this is, it's given like Page of Swords, right? You're being watched. A lot of people are talking. There's a lot of gossip about, oh, I wonder what they're doing next, right? People are keeping tabs on you because of, they gonna love me for my ambition, right? This might even intimidate a lot of people, right? Because you just keep going. You keep, like, it's like every time they look up, you posting an accomplishment and they like, how the fuck they had time to do that when they just had another accomplishment last week, right? This is what's going on here, right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I just felt the need to like get up here. Also remember, since I'm 2 minutes in the video, I'm sorry y'all, please remember that I do not control energy. I just read it. Okay, also remember to rely on God. Do not rely on me, tarot, shaman, readers, psychic mediums, people of that nature. Let's tap in. Okay, I'm getting at one point, you might not have been, you might have felt like you were in a standstill. Okay, it's kind of like what I'm getting right now. You might have felt like you were in a standstill, right? That there were a lot of delays in your life. Okay, but now it's like the ball is rolling and the ball ain't stopping rolling. Like, I just heard strike. Okay, so like something about bowling. Okay, or like the similarity between your life and, maybe, okay, this is what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing a ball that somebody roll and it's slow, right? So I'm getting slow and steady wins the race here. Okay, because something about something slow, like I'm seeing someone rolling a bowling ball down and it's slow, right? And you, like, everybody's kind of watching it like this, like, damn, where's it's about to go, but you end up hitting a strike. And everybody's like, how did that slow ass ball knock all those things down? And now they're ahead of all of us. This is what's going on, bro. Like, wow, that's crazy. This is what's going on. Like, I feel like, because I was, it's something about delays. You feel like you were delayed, right? Maybe against your peers, the people around you, your loved ones, right? It's something about you feeling delayed, right? And it felt like a challenge, right? And now it's like you can hold your own. You holding yourself up and people could see that. You get what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. If it has not happened, okay, then it's what happened. Remember, these messages can be past, present, and or future. Okay. Yeah, it's like you, and now people that didn't see you as competition, now they see you as competition. Like, how the fuck when did they have time to do that? But the reason you had time to do that is because even when things were slow, right? Whoever I'm speaking to, Even when things were slow, God was still there. You were still speaking to God. God told you when to move. God told you what to do, right? So then when you pop out, it's like, to them, they're like, what the fuck? I thought they was in a standstill. I thought they didn't have no motion. That's what I'm getting. People thought you had no motion the whole time. You had all the source. You was sitting on all the source. You was just waiting for the right time, right? Right? Yeah. And for some people, they don't even know what that might mean, right? That's crazy. Yeah, like, really, like, people never thought it would be you. I'm not gonna pull a lot of cards. We have the Temperance. People thought it would never be you, but they didn't realize that you had an angel. You had an angel the whole time, waiting, right? Yeah, like, and a lot of people are thinking now, excuse me, guys, they feel like you had a shortcut, that you cheated somehow, some way. I'm only gonna pull 7 cards, okay? They feel like you cheated. They feel like you cheated your way to wherever you are, because how did it? They knew that things were slow, right? Remember I said about the bowling ball being slow. It was kind of like no one knew where it was going. It was curving to the right. It was curved, right? Curving to the left, right? But it never stayed straight, okay? And that's what happened, was that on your path, it wasn't a straight path where, people could see it line up. It wasn't like that. It was like 1 minute it was here, right? But the problem is that people do this too much. They talk about you too much. And as they talk about you too much, they're not realizing they're talking, but they don't really know what's going on. They're speculating, right? There's a lot of people that were speculating what you had going on, but now that you're here, they're like, oh shit, right? That motherfucker hit a strike, but we thought they was going left, thought it was going right, but they hit a fucking strike, right? But the whole time you're the ball and you're just going with how God tells you to go. You're slowly moving through the motions of everyday life and emotions of whatever he has you working through. Okay. And with this, people feel like you hit a shortcut, right? But the whole time you were having a rebirth, you should see the cards I see out right now. I'm only going to pull right now. I have 5 cards out. Something about, your courage, okay? So as I'm... Yeah, man, there's a lot of, a lot of talk about who, what, when, where, and why, okay? Yeah, this is what I'm getting, right? I've only pulled 7 cards. I'm only going to read 7 cards for y'all. People thought you were destined for misfortune. I'm going to be honest with y'all. They thought you would never amount up to much of anything. They thought you would still be the same person. They thought that you would never grow. They thought that your growth was stagnant, right? That you would be that plant that you're like, what the hell? Why is my plant not growing? It has never grown. And then you look up, and not only have you grown, right? Because here's the thing, you were growing every day, right? And a plant that grows every day, sometimes you can't see the growth until it's gotten really tall, right? And then it looks like it just stays tall for a while. This has a lot of leaves, stays tall until all of a sudden you're blooming flowers, right? And then you just look like you're only blooming flowers for a long time. And then next thing you know, you're bearing fruit, right? And this is kind of like what happened with you, was that people saw what was going on, but because to them it looked like it was stagnant, to you it might have felt like it was stagnant, but it wasn't. God was putting everything in place for you, right? When it comes to, it's kind of like he gave you a rebirth, right? The moment that people thought that you were doing shortcuts, right? That, something about shortcuts and delays. When they thought that you were delayed, the whole time God was giving you a rebirth, right? To prepare you for your success and where you were about to go, right? Something about, whatever you are doing, you're following your heart, right? And this is something that's between you and I, because I'm not feeling that people know that whatever it is that you're doing, this is something that you love genuinely, right? And one thing my mom has always told me is that when you do something that you love, because when times get hard, when you want to fail, at the end of the day, it's the love that keeps you getting up every day to do what you do, right? And for you, that's what it was. Something about a creative endeavor that you're doing, you love it, or something about your job, or something about your training or your schooling, you have a love for it, right? I'm getting like you see the beauty in it, right? And it took a lot of strength, right? Because I'm getting that you're not putting everything out for everybody to see, right? And it took a lot of strength. Like I'm getting, you're very hyper focused on whatever it is that's going on here, right? And because you're so hyper focused and you're not worried about what people have to say, who, what, when, where, and why, it opens up the door to illusions. Remember, I said a lot of people are talking, right? There's a lot of gossip about you and what's going on and what you're doing, and if you're growing, are you still stagnant, still in that same place? These people left you, and these people wanted you to be in the same place that they left you in, or the same place that you were when you were in a stage of growing, right? Everybody's growth looks different. To them, it looks like you're an overnight success, right? So to them, an overnight success, as quick as that flame burns, as quick as the flame burns out. But for you, you're not an overnight success, right? You are somebody that was growing slowly, but you were growing, right? And that's the difference here, right? And you're developing some type of skill right now, okay? There's something about you're developing, you're nurturing, right? You're growing a skill, but no one knows what that skill is that you might be growing. They might have an inkling, they might think, but again, there's a lot of people that's talking, right? There's a lot of illusions that's put around you and what you got going on, okay? And at the end of the day, we have the Temperance card here. Whatever you are doing, God has his hand in it. Right? You might have felt like things weren't moving. You might have felt stagnant, but you were growing every single day, right? And be grateful that he chose you to do whatever this is, okay? Because it's something like childlike, right? This whatever it is that he has you doing, you have a childlike joy. Something about duality. We have the moon and the sun, okay? There's something about duality here, okay? Something that most people cannot have, right? We have like the Strength card has the infinity sign, right? Something about you are understanding balance, how to balance yourself out, balancing your energy out, right? Knowing where to put your energy at the right time, right? And something about your pentacles at the end of it all. Last card is a pentacle card. Something about the pentacle at the end, right? You start off with balance, right? The Temperance card is first. The Pentacle card is at the end, right? And this was something that most people don't see this, right? They don't see how things, they don't see what you see, right? But I'm seeing what this is, right? Whatever it is you are learning balance, right? God is putting you in a place where you can see truly that you have grown, right? It might have felt like you were stagnant. It might have felt like you wasn't going nowhere. And this is what people wanted you to feel, because remember, there's a lot of people that was talking about you. There's a lot of gossip and talk about you, okay? Yeah, like I hear Nimsy, I'm trying to go down as a great. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I'm gonna go down. Let me tell you something. You are destined to be great. Okay, you are destined to prove all these people wrong. You are destined. You keep going. You are destined to be who God has put you here to be. Okay, the same people that talk down on you will have to try to climb up to your level at the end of the day. Okay, so y'all keep going. Stay quiet about your plans. You feel me? You keep, it's something about perfecting a craft. You perfect that craft to a T. Okay, you don't tell anybody about it. Okay, you drop your accomplishments proudly when you drop them. Okay, when God tells you to, if God don't tell you to, don't drop it. But if he tells you can drop that accomplishment, drop that accomplishment. Okay, and know that you got people watching, man. They watching you. Keep working on on balancing out yourself. Okay, so you could prepare for when the time comes, okay? Because like I'm very, like, I feel passion. There's something about a lot of passion here. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're passionate, okay? And that's what will take you where you need to go, right? Ambition, right? Something about being ambitious about whatever it is that you're doing and the passion that it takes to be ambitious. You cannot be ambitious without having a fuel in the back tank, because when the tank get on E, okay, people don't see when you have to go down and you have to pray, right? You got to get on your knees and you got to pray. All right, so y'all have a blessed day. I hope this message got to whoever needed it. Later.